Welcome back. I am Ibukun Oshodipe. We will be taking the headline on the front page of the national dailies on The Nation. On $1 trillion economic target, Tinubu has built growing non-oil export and trade balance 3.22 billion by one half 2025. Fast growing GDP 4.23% in second quarter 2025. External reserve crossed 442 billion, highest in 6 years.
Okay. Lagos. Good morning. Once again, happy 65 independence anniversary. Nigeria is 65 today. Um, we'll be looking at some of the headlines for today. Anyway, my name is Kenneth. If you're just tuning in, this is Overt Radio. We are broadcasting live from Lagos. We are also streaming live on YouTube as Overt Radio. So, Tinubu, according to the Nation this morning, Tinubu lists 12 economic milestones. Tinubu has he listed this yesterday while he was in Imo State, when he told Nigerians these are the things that I've achieved in my in my 2 years as governor, as president of Nigeria. So one of the economic milestone that Tinubu has achieved towards his $1 trillion economic target. He said there's growing non-oil exports and trade balance, which has gone up to $3.225 billion in the first half of 2025. Fast growing GDP is by 4.23% in the second quarter of 2025, and external reserve crossed by 42 billion dollars, which is the highest in 6 years. Also on regional development, 5 regional developments has been commissioned by the Tinubu's administration. There has been equitable infrastructure spread, increase in federal allocation to states. The president has said that since his inauguration in May 29, 2023, there have been increase in federal allocation to state. Now that means that states are receiving more money unlike the previous administration. And also another economic milestone from in the Tinubu's administration is on foreign direct investment and industrialization. The president said that Nigeria is now Africa's leading investment destination, according to what we saw here, according to what is being written here on the front page of the Nation. Incentives to manufacturing sector, implementation of Nigeria's first policy. This is about Tinubu administration as in his economic reform, he has implemented Nigeria's first policy. That means anything that the government want to do, they'll be focusing more on Nigeria first before any other country. And also here is on human capital development, tuition-free education in federal technical colleges. The President Tinubu's administration has approved free tuition fee in education in federal technical colleges. Also, 500,000 beneficiaries of student loan scheme. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has achieved in giving out loan scheme to 500,000 students across the federation. Also, over 1,200 primary health centers have been rehabilitated, 6 oncology center constructed. So we'll move quickly to the next economic milestone of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. On grassroots development, local government autonomy has been implemented. This was one of the main points of his manifesto, that he was going to give local government the autonomy to operate by themselves, and we can say yes to that. That Tinubu has really achieved that, which is one of the biggest achievement in his administration, giving the local government the right to operate. So which means that unlike before, funds will go to the state government and the state government will now disburse this fund to the local government. But in his administration, local government are now getting funds directly from the federal government instead of from the state government. So the president said that he has achieved that, and we can all attest to that. Also, 1,000 persons in each of the 8,809 words under the Renewed Hope Development Program. So Tinubu's administration has empowered 1,000 persons each in each of the 8,809 words under his Renewed Hope Development Program. Also on oil production, there have been increase in crude oil production meeting the OPEC quota. OPEC is the organization of petroleum exporting country. So the president, since he assumed office in 2023 May 29, we have witnessed the country, his administration has witnessed increased crude oil production, which has met the OPEC quota. Also, there have been improved power supply, achieving all-time high power generation of 5,801 megawatts in the month of March. So we will delve into that as in our subsequent programs. So there have been grid decentralization underway. According to the Punch, according to the Nation here, the president said that grid decentralization is underway, which means that in all the grids, in all the electricity grid we have in the country, these grids will be decentralized, whereby power generation will no longer be sent to the center, and after the center, they will be now be distributing power to various power zones in the country. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he's on his way in achieving electricity grid decentralization, which means powers will no longer be distributed to the center. It will now be electricity will now be distributed to the various electricity zone in the country, because we have various distributing companies, GENCOs in the country. So on security and peace, the Tinubu administration said that procurement of electrical military equipment, robust intelligence gathering system, adoption of kinetic solutions, no number of terrorist neutralization. So in the Tinubu's administration, 13,543 terrorists have been neutralized according to his administration. Number of victims released, 9,821 victims, terrorist victims have so far been released. Remember we talked about the Chibok girls yesterday,
Yes.
when we were analyzing how insecurity started in Nigeria. So we don't know if this 9,821 captured victims from the onslaught, from the den of terrorism, if they're part of this, if the Chibok girls were part of it. However, we don't know. So number of terrorists arrested. The Tinubu's administration said that 17,000 terrorists have so far been arrested since he started his administration in May 29, 2023. On food security, which is the most important thing to Nigerians,
Yes.
there have been establishment of Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. So this particular ministry will cater for livestock, animal cattle rearing and other livestock farming, other livestock development. So in Tinubu's administration, Tinubu said that there have been an establishment of the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, because we remember during the Buhari's during the last administration, whereby the Fulani herdsmen, the Fulani with their cattle will be going to people's farm and
Yes.
destroying crops. So this particular livestock development, I think it was created to solve that kind of menace on Nigerian farmers, because I cannot be going to my farm, and when I go back to the farm, I will see that all my crops that I labored to plant are being destroyed by cattle, which is not good anyway. So Bank of Agriculture recapitalized to the tune of 1.5 trillion. The Tinubu's administration has been able to the Bank of Agriculture has been recapitalized to the tune of 1.5 trillion. Let's move quickly to other ones. So infrastructure projects, construction of four legacy superhighways, near completion of the AKK gas project, which is the Abuja Kaduna Kano gas project. I remember that this AKK gas project was started by the Muhammad Buhari's administration, and the Tinubu's administration said that this AKK gas project is near completion. So they want to pipe gas from the south to up to the north. So the Abuja Kaduna Kano gas project is near completion, which is the AKK gas project. So another on infrastructure projects, on his achievement on infrastructure project, $750 million World Bank supported. So Nigeria World Bank supported project for renewable energy. So Nigeria has gotten the sum of 750 million naira million dollars for renewable energy, such as solar and other forms of renewable energy. So massive investment in rail development in some states in the country. So that is that on Tinubu's 12 economic milestone since he started his administration in May 29, 2023. So we move to other headlines on the Nation newspaper. It says NSA steps into Dangote and Pengasson dispute. The National Security Advisor, under the leadership of Nuhu Ribadu, has stepped into the crisis between Dangote and Pengasson. So we remember we reported earlier. We have been reporting this. However, we said this yesterday that if this Dangote and Pengasson face off continue, a whole lot of Nigerians will suffer.
Yes.
And we are even seeing the bite already. On our way coming, no filling station
at all
has opened. Right from Anthony Village, right from Anthony down to Jibo. No, at least 2 filling stations have not opened. We don't know why they didn't open. They didn't open for business. So the NSA, which is the National Security Advisor, is stepping in to make sure that the Dangote Pengasson dispute is being resolved as soon as possible. So we'll move to another headline on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Overt stands still for Uzodima's book presentation. Wike says we will hunt down killers of Arise TV reporter Somtochukwu Madragu, who was killed by armed robbers over the weekend. May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Yeah, on behalf of Overt Radio, we commiserate with the family of Somtochukwu. May her soul rest in peace. So Wike, the current the Minister of Federal Capital Territory (FCT), said that his administration will hunt down the killers of Arise news reporter Sonto Madrago. So we hope that he keeps to his word. We hope that as soon as possible the perpetrators will be brought to book. So we move to another newspaper for this morning. We have with us. But before we go for some of the headlines on the Vanguard, please let's go for a short musical break. We'll be right back after this. Thank you, Lagos.
You don't want to go on break. You want to put that down. Commander, we can go share expo or copy. Balance, you understand? They wash yourself again. No. Make you know, say not the only way they wash you. Now 2 websites that they stream right now.
When it's on, I need the episode.
You know, it can't reach there, that's why.
Yeah, it can't reach.
It can't reach. Unless you get from it. It can't reach there.
Okay. Are we back? Okay, good morning, Lagos. Welcome back to our morning show. We are now on the news of the review of the front page headlines. So we just reviewed the Nation newspaper, Now we are reviewing some of the headlines on the front page of the Vanguard. So we okay, are now still on the Dangote Pengasan face off. Darkness looms as electricity generation falls. We said this earlier that there will be a lot of consequences when there will be a lot of consequences if this face off between Dangote and Pengasan, if this face off lingers. Now we begin to feel the bite because, like they says, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers.
Yes.
So the grass is currently suffering. Who are the grass? We, the Nigerian, we are the masses. We are the masses. We are the end product. We are the end users of petroleum. We are the end users of petroleum products. And now, according to the Vanguard, it says that Dangote Pengasan, darkness looms as electricity generation falls. That's on the front page of the Guardian, of the Vanguard, sorry. Also, on the front page of the Vanguard, good governance, Igbo speaking people from 8 states honor Soludo. Okay, Igbo speaking people from 8 states honor Soludo. If you want to find out more about that, you can go to page 38 of the Vanguard newspaper on the 1st of October 2025. So on the Pengasan stroke Dangote refinery face off, which says darkness looms as electricity generation falls. You can find that, you can read more about that on page 42 of the Vanguard. And now on the Nigeria at 65, the worst is over. We've turned a new corner, says Tinubu. President Tinubu says that the worst is over concerning the economy. It is only Nigeria that can tell that if the worst is over, because the president is not feeling what we are feeling.
Yes.
All the leaders, they are not feeling what we are feeling. The senators in the National Assembly, the state governors in their various in their respective states, big time politicians in this country, they are not feeling what the masses are feeling.
They can't.
There is 247 electricity in Aso Rock.
Yes.
There is 247 electricity in Lagos House at Marina, where the governor's official residence is Governor Sanwo-Olu. So if the president is saying that the worst is over, we've turned a new corner, well, it is only Nigerians who voted for them that can tell whether whether the worst is over.
So that is
Yeah, exactly. Whether the worst is over or not. You, as a leader, if you are up there, you wouldn't know what those at the bottom are feeling. What do you think about what do you think about this headline? The worst is over. We've turned a new corner, according to Tinubu.
What I just say about that is probably he knows what we are feeling before he can say the worst is over. He knows we are going through worst in the country.
Yeah.
Probably we should be open. The worst should be over.
Yeah.
And we should turn a new corner. We should be open. Since Nigeria is 65, today's Independent Day, we should be open.
Yeah. That means this particular statement from Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also an indictment to the previous administration, the Muhammadu Buhari administration. If the president says the worst is over, that means the previous administration was worse.
Yes.
That's just what it means. Which means the previous administration of late Muhammadu Buhari, the 8 years of his rule wasn't as palatable as we all expected. If the president says the worst is over, that means, and it is the APC government. It is the APC government that ruled us before the current governor, before the current administration. So if Tinubu says the worst is over, that means the APC government in the Buhari's administration, dealt a lot of blow to Nigerians. So Lagos, these are the headlines we can take this hour on the front page of the newspaper. Okay, let's see on the kicker there. Says that all hands should be on deck for nation building. So Tinubu is charging all his ministers, is charging all leaders, respective of respective of your leadership position. If you are a senator, if you are a member in the House of Representatives, if you are a governor, if you are a minister, if you are a commissioner, if you are a managing director of any MDA, it says all hands should be on deck for nation building. Tinubu is charging every leader in the country. So Notes economy on rebound with 4.323% GDP growth and $42 billion reserves, lowest inflation in 3 years. Yes, yes, this is also another thing to talk about. Uh, you know, in the past previous months, Nigeria's inflation have has been reducing.
Yes.
Has been reducing. We said it yesterday, Buku, that despite the fact that there is a reduction in the inflation figures, Nigerians are not feeling it.
At all.
Nigerians are not feeling it, despite the fact that on paper the inflation is coming down. But hey, the suffering, Nigerians are still suffering. So, okay, Lagos, congratulations once again. Happy Independence and anniversary to Nigeria. We are 55 today. We are broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos. Ilukweju precisely. This is Overt Radio. We are streaming live on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. Just hit to your YouTube app or go to your browser and type YouTube. Once you type YouTube, go to the search button and type Overt Radio. You will see us live as we stream on our social media platform. Okay, so at the back page of the Guardian, of the Vanguard, sorry, I don't know, I keep saying Guardian. On the back page of the Vanguard, there is an address by Nigeria's Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. Let me just read a few paragraphs from that his address. We'll soon go back to that Pengas story. So, Nigeria at 65, a nation tested and triumphant. This is the address from the Minister of Information and National Orientation. Let me read. A lot has changed since our 64th Independence Day anniversary, a year ago, and positively so. Nigeria today is better positioned for enduring economic growth and prosperity than it has been in a long time. In this piece, I would like to highlight the progress we have made as a nation over the past year. This is the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris. External reserve has grown from $37 billion to $42 billion. The Naira has gained about 6% against the US dollar since a year ago. Headline inflation, which stood at 32% a year ago, has fallen to 20% and is still declining. This is coming from the minister. Yes, we are not saying that inflation has not been declining. Inflation is declining. But in as much as this inflation is declining, the masses, are they feeling the decline of this inflation from 32.7% to 20%? Are they feeling it? This is the most important thing. Despite the fact that we have figures here, these figures must translate to the common man on the street.
Yes.
If inflation is declining from 32% to 20%, how about the prices of foodstuff in the market? How about the prices of goods in the supermarket? This is what we want Nigerian leaders to do for us. Despite the fact that inflation is declining, let food prices decline.
That is it.
Let the fuel price decline. Bag of rice is over 70,000 naira. Let it decline. This is what Nigerians are begging our leaders for as we clock 65 years today of nationhood. Okay, so the central bank has just cut interest rate for the first time in 5 years, reflecting rising confidence in macroeconomic stability. In June 2025, according to the minister, the International Air Transport Association, IATA, affirmed that Nigeria is no longer on the list of countries where airlines funds are blocked from repatriation. So I can remember this vividly. This was blocked fund repatriation happened during the previous administration, where some of the foreign airlines operating in the country, most of their funds were blocked due to one reason or the other, best known to the previous administration. So it was during the current administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was during his administration that he made sure that all the airlines whose funds were blocked, they get their money back. I remember one of the consequences that we suffered was I think the United Arab Emirates prevented Nigerians from flying to the country because of this blocked repatriated this these funds that the Nigerian government at previous administration refused to hold give back funds to the foreign airlines who are operating in the country. All right, Lagos. If you're just tuning in, this is Overt Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from Lagos. We are streaming live on YouTube at Overt Radio. So if you can reach out to us via our telephone 0707102 So we'll be back for more news programming. This is the Breakfast Show. My name is Ken. And
my name is Bokun
Shodipe. All right, thank you. We'll be back after this short musical break. Thank you, Lagos.
Overt, your sound unleashed.